were wrong to abandon him.
I chose my people. I chose Wakanda. Our future depended
You
on...
are wrong! All of you are wrong! To turn your backs on the rest of the world! We let the fear of our discovery stop us from doing what is right. No more. I cannot stay here with you.
Well, it is so good to be back. Movie Show Plus. I am Tom Santilli, film critic. I am here with Mr. Greg Russell himself. Hi, Greg.
Hey, Tom. It is good to be here, and it is good to see you, my friend.
Thank you so much. Yes, to start off the show, just thank you to everybody out there for all of your positive vibes and support and all the well wishes, prayers, everybody that has sent me. I am recovered from COVID. I'm fully recovered. I'm doing well. My family's doing well. Yeah, thank you. So, and it just feels good to be back and talking about movies. So I'm doing good. This show, we have tons of content, Greg.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
You talked with an icon, Lawrence Fishburne, this week.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to have an interview with David Arquette coming up. I'm also going to be giving you my review later in the show of Mulan, which is new on Disney Plus this week. So all kinds of stuff coming up. But I thought we would start the show, Greg, with, really the big news this past week, which was the unbelievable, just irreplaceable, shocking news that Chadwick Boseman died at age 43, colon cancer.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. He had kept it secret, so that, that kind of added to the shock of it all.
Right.
I just thought we'd start off, maybe, Greg. You've talked to him several times over the years. Tell us about Chadwick Boseman, what he means.
I think the very first time I ever talked to him was for the movie The Express. The first big one of his was 42, where he played Jackie Robinson. And, then throughout the years, Black Panther, Get On Up, the James Brown movie, Thurgood, just so many. And, he was this very elegant, guy. I mean, that's only funny. It was like going into the room of royalty, just with the way he carried himself. And I remember us talking at one point, I think it might have been during the Thurgood interview, is how he's playing all these iconic people in history. And, it's like, wow, they keep getting you for this. He says, in typical way, I don't know why, but I love it. I love to, be playing someone who actually, was around and did do something. But yeah, again, like you said, it's just so tragic because also you think about it, even here in the Detroit area, Jamie Samuelson, sportscaster on 97.1, and also did TV reporting. I knew him when he first came to town as a kid. He passed away 3 weeks ago from the same thing, and Jamie, his birthday was this past week, and he would have just turned 49. So I'm with you, Tom. I mean, the best advice to all men out there, get a check.
Yeah, if there's anything at all to take away from that. And then, Chadwick Boseman, too, is just a hero. Other than his acting career alone, I don't know why I was reminded in some ways of John Cazale. I don't know. Everybody knows him. He's the actor who played Fredo. He died early of lung cancer, and he only had 5 films, and his 5 films were like Godfather, Godfather 2, Dog Day Afternoon, The Conversation, The Deer Hunter. That was his whole filmography, is like the 5 of the greatest movies ever. If you think of just what Chadwick Boseman gave us, Jackie Robinson, like you said, Thurgood Marshall, James Brown, Black Panther. I mean, this guy was a hero off camera, on camera. Just an absolute tragic loss, and he will be definitely missed.
A whole lot of action. I was going to say, I know that both of you have been in movies before where you're running and different things like that. This one, you were like running all over the city.
Yeah, it was a different type of action for me than I've previously done. And, it's to me, it's easier in some ways, and in other ways, it's like, I think the hardest part of the action was the sleep factor, is the fact that, we were up at hours when I would normally be asleep, so I had to keep myself engaged in a way where, you know, I was ready to do that action at that time of night, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Because I mean, the whole thing is where the 21 bridges just the ways to get off the island,
Right.
and the mayor shuts it down, and it's like you guys only had like 4.5, 5 hours to clear
To
everything
do
up.
this, yeah. But then in movie time, that's it's a month and a half.
Right.
It was Chadwick Boseman's performance in 42 that really made us take a second look. There is such an honor and dignity to the way that he played Jackie Robinson that we knew we needed for the character of T'Challa, the Prince of Wakanda.
Chadwick is an amazing actor and we thought would fit perfectly with the MCU.
Black Panther himself, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Chadwick Boseman.
Chadwick, you know, he has a lot of depth. It was amazing as an audience member to look into his eyes and see what's going on.
We must find a way to look after one another as if we were one single tribe.
A lot of the things about the character are also true about Chad. He's very knowledgeable. He's an athlete, you know, martial artist. He's had a lot of experience playing roles that come with a lot of weight, you know. So I think he as a person, he as a guy has a lot of weight to him. I think he brings all of that stuff to the role, but not to mention that he's incredibly gifted as an actor and as a performer, and also as a storyteller in his own right.
I am not king of all people. I am king of Wakanda. And it is my responsibility to make sure our people are safe.
Because he is so prepared as an actor, and because his character is sort of flawless on set, it forced the other actors who had scenes with him to kind of raise their game and go, okay, this guy's not taking anything for granted. He's really leaving it all out there. So we have to keep up with him.
What doesn't Chadwick bring to the character? I mean, he's regal and grounded, and he brings a gravitas to it. So all of this feeds his T'Challa, and I think he wore the crown with dignity.
Ibombe! Ibombe! Ibombe!
I've known him since I was about like 17, so I've known him for a really long time. Back in New York, he did the work, obviously. You know, I just think he did an incredible job being true to the character.
Wakanda forever!
I had a great time with Chadwick. Just warmth and camaraderie came into it, of course, with a great deal of respect for his previous work. So when I looked at him with proud eyes, you know, they were as mother and also as comrade and colleague and Angela. It is your time to be king.
I mean, Chadwick is just a powerhouse. He's so talented. Every single movie he's made. There's kind of this internal, almost nobility.
The Black Panther has been the protector of Wakanda for generations.
He's such a soulful actor and so professional, so present. He really gives so much to the other person, and he's awesome. And his presence on set, I think, raises the stakes a little bit for everybody.
Chadwick he's a really smart, interesting, dynamic guy, and I think he was not overwhelmed, but very surprised and somewhat taken aback by the amount of love. It ceased to become just about how well he inhabited the role and all that stuff. It's become part of our culture just as a symbol.
This welcome is one of the most amazing things I've ever experienced.
It's fun to watch just what it means to people. At times, in my head, I'll be like, well, what does this do for the world? Like, actually, what is it? You know, is it actually valuable in this climate? And I have to say, yes, it actually is. Not because it makes people escape. I think when done right, it gives people hope. I found that it means a lot.
So yeah, and again, it's just unbelievable. It's hard to believe too that he had cancer through all of these interviews. I mean, he's been battling it for the last 4 years. I'm sure that there was no signs when you met him, like in person. You probably never could have imagined that he was battling something.
Healthy as, like you said, all outdoors. I mean, like the superhero, who he would play. And, and it's kind of like, even again, with other folks that I've known, they don't mention it. It's only because, they're trying to really battle through it, of course, but they don't want, to get it out there for other people, at the time. But like you said, he definitely will be missed. And I've also been so amazed and happy seeing so many networks, paying tribute to him, either with a special or even with just something that's 30 seconds long. So
absolutely. As we are here on the show today, I mean, R.I.P. Chadwick Boseman, as you said, Wakanda forever. And speaking of heroes, though, Greg, as we segue away from that into our interviews and things into the show, there is another hero that you got the chance to speak with that is in a new, is it a web series on Quibi?
Yeah, it is. It's called Free Rayshawn, and it stars Lawrence Fishburne and Stephan James. Lawrence Fishburne plays a police officer in this series, where Stephan James is a young man who kind of, I'm not going to give too much away because it's an interesting plot, but he basically kind of gets set up, and everything that happens after that, Tom just goes straight down for him.
It also stars Jasmine Cephas Jones, who I love from Hamilton. She's part of the original cast of Hamilton. She's in it as well, right?
Right. She plays Stephan's wife and the mother to their young child, who's a 5-year-old boy. And they wind up being kind of like cornered in their apartment because the cops are really, really after him for this reason, or this situation that's going on. Like I said, it's a whole interesting thing, and like you said, it is on Quibi. And when I explained to my family, because I had watched it before, and I told them I want them to watch it again with me, because it's very powerful and very timely. Yeah. And they said, "Oh, well, how many episodes is it?" I said, "It's 15," and they're going, 15 episodes? Well, what are we gonna do? Be over your house for 3 days? Something like that. Well, with Quibi, their episodes are only like 6 minutes long. Really? So yeah. So even though it's 15 episodes, it was like an hour and 40 minutes. But guaranteed, you'll start watching it, and even if it was 20, you would not want to turn it off, because this is a series that will really pull you in. Hello, Lawrence Fishburne. How are you, sir?
I'm well, Greg. How are you, sir?
Good. Good to see you.
Nice to see you.
In this one, it's almost like, I guess you can almost say the hardest part or strangest thing, of course, is obviously this is a movie, a TV show, but it's also the 6 o'clock news.
Right. That's the, that's the truth of it. This is not a news story. It's a story that we hear too often on the 6 o'clock news. But it's important for us to tell it. It's important for us to tell it because it helps us to engage in conversation, to set the table for conversation, and to try and figure out ways in which to change.
Jasmine, it's for your character. I mean, here you are. Here's your guide. You're the father to your child, and you're caught up in this thing, and you can't even imagine what that situation is like. It's like I just happened to walk in, and now I'm a big part of all this stuff going on outside.
Yes. Taisha goes through a crazy emotional roller coaster and tries to get answers for the first half and doesn't really know what's going on while trying to aid to her son, who also doesn't know what's going on.
And I think that, Rayshawn obviously notices this, pretty early on, that if he's going to have a shot at getting out of here safe and getting his wife and his son out of here safe, he was going to have to, gain an ally, within this police department. And so he quickly identified Lawrence Fishburne's character, and just as much as Lawrence, needed Rayshawn to trust him, I think, Rayshawn needed the same.
So let me just start off with my basic question for you, which is, did you get what you were looking for when you did this, man? Did you find it internally by the end? I don't want to spoil anything, but it seems like you got some respect from some of your peers. But did you find what you were looking for internally?
Yeah, that's really what the big lesson was. That I found that what I really needed to do was love myself. As corny as that sounds, there's an element of that I was just beating myself up for years, and it kind of literally like took on a personification of actually beating myself up or getting myself beat up. So once I sort of came to terms with that, it's made life a lot easier, to be honest.
What does that say about Hollywood, that when given the option for you to try to redeem yourself in one of the two ways, that this is the route that you took? I mean, is there still something there on your acting career that isn't fulfilled?
Absolutely. I mean, in Hollywood in general, I've been in this business 30 years. So you go through these roller coasters, highs and lows of your it's literally connected to the project you do and how it does out there. So then they kind of, once you get hot, it's a lot easier to get roles or pick the films you want to do. But when you're sort of in the downside of Hollywood, it's impossible. I mean, you're doing these films that you never know if they're going to turn out well. You're doing a lot of stuff just to work, just to stay active, and then it's not really enough to live off of. So yeah, there's a lot of kind of things about Hollywood that are tricky.
What can you leave people with who maybe who aren't into wrestling, this is coming as a shock to them that you even did any of this? What would you say to people in order to maybe have them check this film out?
Well, I've set out to do this film to prove that I'm a champion, but I want everyone to know out there that you're a champion. You're a champion of your world. I'm the champion of my world. We're all the greatest. Like Muhammad Ali said, I am the greatest. He was saying it for us to say it too. So believe in yourself. Don't let anyone stop you, and follow your dreams.
How would you like to see the city of Detroit like you've never seen it before? On Russell Brothers City Tours, we take you to the places that you know, but the fun part is we take you to places that you probably don't know. Hi, I'm Greg Russell of Russell Brothers City Tours. Come on, let's get on board and take a tour of the city of Detroit. Where Russell Brothers City Tours started was actually in the winter of 2017. My wife and I and our daughter and her husband were at an event downtown Detroit. So when heading back home, I always ask, can I take the scenic route, which means just going woodward straight north. Normally, my wife would always say, just take the freeway. But this time I think it was my holiday gift, so she said, go ahead and take your scenic route. So as we're going up Woodward, I'm pointing out certain places and certain things, what they used to be, what used to be here, what happened in certain things. And my daughter was going, Pop, you know so much about the city, why don't you just give a tour? And it made me think, you know what, that's a good idea. So I got home and I called my brother Cliff Russell, and some of you may remember Cliff. He was a guy who knew everything about the city of Detroit, was deeply involved with the community. So I called him and I told him the idea, and he said, okay, hey Greg, you put it together and I'll be there. So we were all set. We were going to do it in 2018. Well, unfortunately, in February of 2018, my brother Cliff passed away from a heart attack. And it was devastating to our family, but it made me think even more about doing this tour. And that's why it's still called Russell Brothers City Tours. It is my tribute and my honor to my brother. So when I go around town, I tell people all about the places here and even talk about some of the stuff that Cliff did in the community. People sometimes ask, what's the difference between our company as compared to other tour companies? Well, one thing that we like to do is show you stuff that we're pretty sure you probably never have seen or heard of in the city of Detroit. Also, we let you at times customize your own tour. There might be some particular things that you want to see, where we don't just say, okay, no, we're stuck to our schedule and our thing. You want to go see something, we will take you to see it. We'd love to hear from you. Just give us a call, 313-399-0683, or go to our website, Russell Brothers City Tours, or on all social media. Come on, we'd love to take you for a ride.
A Dream Limousine continues to be Metro Detroit's finest luxury transportation service. 734-542-6800. Offering late model luxury SUVs to brand new party buses that seat up to 34 passengers. 734-542-6800. including the one-of-a-kind Escalade stretch with the exciting jet door. Call 734-542-6800. That's 734-542-6800. A Dream Limousine.
Smash Dad's car, got to get it fixed. Normally you'd go work at like a Marshall's or TJ Maxx, but no.
Nope. You get roped in by this vehicularly inclined, greasy, oily Bowser, and we end up bounty hunting. I think that's what makes the girls so unique is that only this pair of twins would be like bounty hunting. Yeah, we could do it.
A lot of times you'll have a character, especially in a show like this, where it is a valet, but when you do come to find out more about him, it's usually what you expect. Oh, he's selling drugs. Oh, he's out in the street. But it's good to see a little bit of a twist, a little something different for once, and that's what a lot of people have been telling me. Yo, it's super cool to see a brother portrayed like this on television.
It was fun. It was a fun ride. I mean, Maddie, you think about like you and your sister borrow Dad's car, mess it up. Most people will go out and get a job at a grocery store to fix it. You guys took a new profession, didn't you?
Well, we had a pot of gold sitting right in front of us. So what were we going to do?
Like they have something that he needs and he has something that they need. And for him, it's good legs and a dead eye with the shot and access to places that I can't get to in Atlanta.
We are really nailing this work-life balance. Why do women complain so much? It's super easy to have it all.
This has to remain top secret. You're right. Twin swear.
We got the perp, and also she got laid today.
Jesus.
She did, and I'm really proud of her.
Oh, well, thank you.
You're just weird.
I'ma be a rebel till the day I die.
One of the most highly anticipated films of 2020 is finally available to see this weekend, as are several other films. Here are my reviews. Disney's live-action version of Mulan was supposed to hit theaters back in March, but the pandemic kept knocking its release date back further and further until finally the bold decision was made to put Mulan up on Disney+. As of September 4th, if you have a Disney Plus subscription, you can purchase Mulan for the steep price tag of $30. Or rumor has it, you can wait 3 months until it's available on the streaming platform for free. Sidestepping whether or not it's actually worth it to plop down $30 to watch Mulan, I actually thought it worked as a live-action film. It's beautifully shot, and its story is timely. For this version, they do away with the musical numbers and the animated sidekicks, so this take on Mulan definitely feels aimed at an older, more teenage audience, or adults who remember the animated film. The violence is neutered, of course, but the action is quite impressive, and you can tell there was an effort made to make Mulan feel more like a martial arts style film. I'm not sure small kids will sit through this, but I enjoyed this colorful, action-packed retelling, and Yifei Liu is actually quite good as the title character. This would have been a good movie to enjoy on the big screen for sure, but it still works on the small screen too. I give Mulan a B. The other big film released this weekend, finally, is Christopher Nolan's Tenet. The only problem is that Tenet is only opening in markets where movie theaters happen to be open. Because as of this recording, movie theaters are yet to be open in Michigan, it will still be some time until we're able to check this one out. Stay tuned. As we've been off the air the last few weeks, I wanted to let you know too that you can check out our website, movieshowplus.com, for my full written reviews of recent films like Bill and Ted Face the Music, or the documentary You Cannot Kill David Arquette. The only other movie coming to streaming this weekend is the wild, Charlie Kaufman scripted I'm Thinking of Ending Things. That film lands on Netflix this weekend. For more detailed reviews of these and other movies, please check me out on Rotten Tomatoes. You can go to the site, search the critics list to find Tom Santilli, and you can scroll through all of my recent and not so recent reviews.
Another good way to find my stuff is to follow me on Twitter at Tom Santilli, or go to the website movieshowplus.com.
And welcome back to Movie Show Plus. I'm Greg Russell, along with the fabulous, the one and only Tom Santilli.
Hey, guys.
Again, friend, so great to see you. You're looking good, and just so happy for you.
Let's not get out of hand. Looking good, I don't know about that, but I'm feeling good, and that's all that really matters, right?
I just kind of wanted to put that part in, Just...
I do appreciate it. Again, thank you, everybody. Yeah, this has been fun to get back at it. We had just kicked off our new season, the 5th season of the show, and then we kind of got hung up for a couple weeks because of my illness. But we have lots of content coming your way in the coming weeks. So stick around. We have interviews all month long, and probably the rest of the year. So stick with it, Greg. Right?
That's right. I mean, we've got Janelle Monáe coming up for you, Sharon Stone, Hilary Swank, and so many others. I mean, like you said, there's so many I can't even remember all of them. But those three, definitely for sure. And like you said, we'll be here just cranking them out and letting you know about all the stuff that you can stream at home.
Hopefully, you can find us in your local movie theater at some point.
Yeah.
At some point soon, or whenever it's safe.
Right.
But Greg, it's been real. It's been great. It's great to be back, and let's do it again next week.
Sounds good. You're right. It has been real, and it has been great. It's been real great, Tom. So
like that.
Thank you, buddy. And again, just so great to see you, looking good. So fantastic.
Thanks, guys. Everybody, thank you for watching Movie Show Plus. We'll see you next time.
I'm in outer space.
Oh, yeah, we didn't even comment on it. Nice. It's just normal that you're in outer space, right?
Right. I've been in outer space for years, Tom.
Yeah.
Check out movieshowplus.com to watch this episode online, and for exclusive content, extended interviews with Greg Russell, and a complete archive of movie reviews with Tom Santilli. Also, make sure to like and follow us on social media and on our Movie Show Plus YouTube channel.